Number 67 on our house inspection checklist is referring to your door jambs. So we just went over the doors, and now we need to inspect the door jambs. If there are any marks on the door jamb, if the door, when it closes, is rubbing up against the door jamb, this needs to be fixed. Eventually you will wear a nice hole in your door jamb, and that isn't what you want. When the door is rubbing up against the door jamb, you're basically ruining both parts, the door and the door jamb. Now, the door is a lot easier to replace than the door jamb, so anything that you see on your door jamb, if your doors are creating a problem for the door jamb, then eventually the door jamb would need to be replaced, and that's going to be expensive. So it's a lot easier to fix some of the easier problems now than it is to fix them later. And another point I'd like to make about the door jambs is if your door is rubbing on the door jamb, there's a good chance that there's something wrong with the door. It is either swelling up from moisture. Believe it or not, moisture will cause a door to swell. So in the summertime, you might have a door that shuts real easy. In the wintertime, you can't even open the door. So this could be from moisture. If you do have a door that's rubbing, and you're going to get a planer or some sandpaper and sand the door until it shuts easily, and it's in the winter time, be prepared. In the summertime, you might have a problem with a nice wide gap in the doorway. So these doors, wood doors, not metal doors, wood doors will shrink and expand. So keep that in mind. What do you do if you have a door that's shrinking and expanding? I really don't have a good answer for that, because it's actually what happens. We have a couple doors at our house that do that. I tolerate it because, and again, if it's a door you need to use all the time, you might think about replacing it with a metal door so you don't have to worry about problems like that. But wood doors, you are going to have to tolerate some of this. And I guess it kind of defeats the purpose of the video talking about rubbing up against the door jamb, but if you could get some type of a happy medium in there, you're going to be better. And if you do have a gap in your door jamb, in between the door, if it's about 1/4 of an inch in the summertime and maybe a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch in the wintertime, that might be the answer to your problem. You might need to insulate, put an insulation strip around the door jamb to give you a little more room for the door to open and close. And that could be a solution to your problem in the wintertime. If you own a house, you should inspect it regularly. But how can you inspect a home if you don't know what to look for? If you're not looking for a complicated checklist or something that wasn't written in a language that you can't understand anyway, do yourself a favor and visit this website today. The most valuable investment you have must be protected and inspected.